Hello, welcome to another episode of Beyond the Locker Room. I'm your host, Brian Tull. Today's episode, we're going to discuss the NBA Finals as well as New England Patriots signing of one third-string quarterback named Timothy Tebow. So let's get right to it. First thing, today's Game 3 of the NBA Finals, Heat Spurs. Obviously, it's split at 1-1. We're now in San Antonio for the next 3 games. So far, what I've seen in the series is that I think Miami overall has had control of the series. I think San Antonio has played well and cagey as a road team. Found a way to steal a game in Game 1. Miami was a little tired down the stretch, but I think they will take care. They took care of that in Game 2, and finally figured out how to deal with San Antonio defensively. They figured out how to lock down San Antonio, and I think offensively they found something in the Chalmers LeBron pick and roll. I think you'll see a lot more of that. I think you'll see a lot more Wade LeBron probably also the pick and roll tonight. And maybe even Bosch LeBron in the pick and roll. Anything to do with any of those players, the combination of those players. I think you're going to see a lot of that tonight. The force San Antonio to have to either to make a choice, either play the ball or deal with the person that's making the pick, be it LeBron or Bosch. So I think you're going to see a lot of that tonight. I think Miami's going to win again, and I think this series might be 5. I might be out there on a limb, but I think how I've seen these games go, I think Miami just seems to have more matchups and just a better ability to break a game open more so than San Antonio. So who knows? Tonight San Antonio may win by 25. So who's to say? But that's just my 2 cents on it. Next, I'm going to get into the Tim Tebow signing. Listen to ESPN. In some ways, I'm glad that we don't have ESPN here in Canada, because listening to them swoon over Tim Tebow the entire day from sun up probably to sundown. Just talking about Tim Tebow left, right, and center. I just came out of the car just now listening, about to hear a segment where they're gonna have the top 10 Tebow plays. The dude's played one season as a starting quarterback, and not even a full season. And they have a top 10 highlight reel of Tim Tebow. Stuff like that is why you see players sometimes, don't hate the guy personally, but just don't feel the dude, because you just see so much, attention paid to a player that's a third string quarterback, and not even a very good quarterback at that. I think in this case, I'm torn about it, because in some circumstances, in some ways, I think he deserved a chance to get in to be able to play, because I think he earned that much, but the attention he's awarded is just ridiculous. I think New England's going to use him pretty much in a lot of gimmick plays. Belichick likes to try a little razzle dazzle once in a while. He might be used as a halfback option, something like that. Maybe in a tight end role, possibly. I doubt that. I think they're still pretty deep there, even with Gronk's injury. So I think that's where you see the Tim Tebow thing going right now. I don't think it's a big deal overall. I think you're going to hear a lot about it in the first week or two, and then it's pretty much, I think he'll be in spot situations, maybe even goal line situations. He might be involved in some of those, or short yardage situations. But overall, it's a much ado about nothing. Happy to see that he's playing. Good for him. Patriots can use him. More power to you. I must admit, I am looking forward to seeing Jets Patriots twice this season, because that will be interesting. And knowing Belichick, you'll probably see him get the most minutes he'll have all season playing against the Jets. So, and maybe even if they have the Broncos on the schedule, you might even see him there. So those are my thoughts for this week. Check me out on Facebook. Check me out. Post your comments down below for the video. And who knows what we'll see next week. Next week we'll probably have some more NBA talk. We'll get into the NHL. Getting the Stanley Cup Finals. It starts tomorrow. A good original 6 matchups: Hawks versus Bruins. I would say it was my least favorite of the 4. But it's still a pretty good matchup. Obviously, I would like the Penguins to be in there against Chicago. That was my pick, and my finals pick from day one. I was hoping to see those two play. I think it would have been probably a really exciting series. I think Boston Chicago could have elements of being a really great series as well too. So good egg. It was a good, after all the nonsense that happened with the lockout. I would say probably that the Final Four the NHL had this year is probably the most star-studded and big profile team Final Four they've had in years. So it ended up working out pretty well with them, with 2 big-time markets. So we'll see how it plays out. Chicago, Boston. Just quickly, I like Chicago in 6. So we'll take it from there. And as I said before, stay safe. I'll see you next week. Later.